Hey gang, welcome back. We are done with Halloween. We made it, and so did everybody that I watched their videos. I don't know how many people didn't make it through the month, but I'm proud of the ones that did. So, on with some random reviews, as myself and Ian have called them in the past, just whatever. I usually use my phone that has an app. All of my films are in my app, and I can shake the app and it brings up a random film. That's not how I did it today, because I just bought this and I wanted to review it. So let's get on with this. This is this year, I believe. There's a lot of hype for this film. I was very apprehensive to pick this up because I haven't liked Nicolas Cage in a long time. So we're going to talk about Nicolas Cage and Mandy, which is really cool. It had an alternate, it had a slip cover, and then it had alternate art that you could. It had this as art, and then this, so you could choose, which one you wanted to put on the front. So, I went with more of the traditional 80s look. I think they did a really good job with their scenes. That the film takes place in 1983. Now, before we get started, I want to say right off the bat that I did not hate this, and I did not enjoy it. But man, is it fucking weird. It's weird, but it's straightforward. It's really an odd combination, because normally if you get a film that's super weird out there, it's just like, where are we at? What's going on? This one's weird, but you're still A to B. The story's still flowing, and it's just odd. It's almost like the film is very psychedelic. It even says a tagline on here: a primal psychedelic rage, scream of a movie, and it is very psychedelic in parts. But it's almost like we're high watching it. It's like we're watching the film and we're high as hell, and the film is just crazy. It's a revenge film, to be first and foremost. It's a revenge film. We have a couple that are leading this like perfect life, that are at least perfect to them. They live out in the wilderness with this beautiful house, and he's a lumberjack, and she is, I assume she's a painter, and she works at a local store. So, whatever with that. But, they have this beautiful relationship, and all of a sudden it's turned upside down because this crazy religious fanatic sees her and wants her as his own. She's the perfect specimen for him. And while that's weird, what comes next is even weirder. They capture her while he's... No, they capture her while he's there. They capture her in the middle of the night, and they dope her up. And this guy, Jeremiah, who's the leader of this cult, shows her an album he wrote and sang on, and then decides to pull his robe open and let us stare at his cock and balls for 2 or 3 minutes straight. Just like, yeah, we get the point, you're showing her your shit. But no, it uncomfortably sits there. And she starts laughing at him. I mean, really laughing at him, like crazy. She's already hot, laughing at him. And that pisses him off. So, of course, something happens to her, and Nick Cage gets to watch this happen, and they just leave him hanging on a fence. And from that point on, it's balls to the walls. It's like crazy balls to the walls action death. I mean, it's just like any super revenge film you've ever seen. It goes there. He gets his weapons together and he goes after these people, and one by one, some brutalness happens. Now, that's all I'm going to talk about. Now, the film itself is quite gory in parts. It's a respectable gore. Was more than I expected, actually. I was pleasantly surprised with that. There was a lot of hype for this film, and I think the hype hurt it for me a little bit, drove it down in a rating a little bit, which I've been watching movies all my life, and I should know that, but when I hear these ultra good things and read these ultra good things, and it's Nick Cage, I'm like, wow, really? This dude ain't made anything worth a shit in 10 years. It's all going direct to DVD and stuff, which this one practically did. But the only thing that really turned me down a little bit on this was the fact that it was overhyped, and I believed it, and I shouldn't have believed it whatsoever, because it didn't quite live up to the hype. We do get to see a lot of vintage, crazy Nicolas Cage. We see a lot of the facial expressions that are like, you know, he shows where he's going, nuts. And everything else just kind of falls into place. The thing that saved it for me was the amount of goriness that he went to kill these people. It was really, really good. I enjoyed the hell out of all of the deaths, actually, and that pretty much saved it as a film where I could say that, yeah, I really like it. It's okay. It is 120 minutes. It's not rated, of course, and I tried to watch behind the scenes, and the director was talking about stuff, and I just didn't like his voice, so I turned it off. It was he was kind of a pompous guy, it sounded like. I don't know, just that alpha male in me kind of just automatically zoned into, yeah, I don't like your ass. Nope, we're not going to get along. So I turned it off and just turned the movie on. It did take me 2 times to watch it. I did get sidetracked a little bit with life, but it wasn't because it bored me. So that's a good thing. And like Ian constantly says, you know, about you checking your phone or checking your time to see where you're at, you know, if the film's boring or not. No. I did the normal stuff. I'm watching a film. When it gets kind of a slower thing and I just have to listen, I grab my phone, I go to IMDb and read little snippets about it, you know, see the actors, what they've been in, because I'll recognize somebody, but they've been in a lot of stuff that, you know, everybody would have seen. So, yeah. I don't rate films, so I'm not going to give it a number or anything like that. But I have to say, yeah, if you're a horror fan, go ahead and check it out. If you like a lot of action and craziness, check it out too. It's for both people. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to start Criterion Corner back up, so we should get to that later.